Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly.
Hey everybody,
What's
what's
up, y'all?
goodies?
We back. We
Hey yo
back.
yo yo! I hope everybody had a great
Happy
holidays. Yes, man, we sure
holidays.
did, and it's back to the grind.
You already know.
So we are here with episode 2 of Squid Games, and we're gonna go ahead and loop in episode 3 of Squid Games because if you watched it, episode 2 is
A
a
lot of
little
licking,
a lot.
but we'll get into
Ooh,
that
it's
later
the
in this
licking for me.
episode. Episode 2, the man with the umbrella.
Umbrella
So episode 1 ended off with the beginning of the
shape game,
shape
cookies,
game.
honey cookies.
And episode 2 basically started off with the second group of people getting eliminated with that second four. Oh, I said that song wrong. The second group of people getting eliminated, which was four more people who got eliminated.
Who got eliminated because they couldn't make a decision. So,
Exactly.
babe, had you been in that situation, let's do it on the count of 3. What shape would you have picked? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Triangle. Exactly. Because why wouldn't you swap?
I feel like, yeah, I would have been able
Get
to
me out of
just
there.
get in there versus the umbrella.
Me personally, yeah. Or even like the
the
circle.
circle.
The circle is
I feel
like
like
a
I would
whole
crack
different.
it.
Yeah. The straight lines is the way to go.
But anywho, so the third group finally gets in there, and it so happened to be our friend 432.
432. My guy, low key, man. I kind of like him, man. I don't know
He's
what's
been
from.
cocky since episode 1. He said he's 432 because he's number 1. So
All
that's
that's
always
left is
been
the
his,
one.
that's been his vibe this whole time. Everybody kind of didn't like him because he's just over the top, obnoxious, just a little too much. So he happened to be in that group. And then another guy who was our first time being introduced to him.
Listen, man. You're talking about who I think you are? Mama's boy?
Mama's boy, yes.
My
Mama's
God.
boy. He cried his way through that whole entire challenge.
He cried and dry heaved his way through that entire challenge. Only to what?
Get played.
Fail.
I'm about to say he just got played. So he basically they was in there and he was basically just like deciding, all right, you guys, let's just put our hands down. Like, we don't want to get eliminated. And so he was like, well, you guys, if y'all are able to help me, you can help me.
Right, and here's my thing. So if you applied for this show, you had to have seen Squid Games, right? It's all for one. So why would your philosophy be, I want to help somebody?
No, you don't.
Bro, get out of here.
And 432 was just milking. He was like, all right, yes, so if you put your hand there, then we'll help you.
Come shake my hand right now. I got you.
And he was just crying.
And then as soon as they announced that you can't help no other player, guess who had the evil villain smirk on his face? 432.
Grams was
That's
saying,
one shiesty motherfucker.
Grams was in the line saying, be honorable. Be honorable,
Grams, get the
brothers.
out of here, bro. You, Grams. Okay, anyways.
So
I get it.
he broke. Mama's boy finally broke. He had to put his hand on that umbrella.
He did.
And the face of those poor umbrella lines.
Listen. I think he just made like 60 enemies in like a split second, literally.
I felt so bad. They were just
I felt bad for him in a sense because,
tore up.
you know, some people can't help the way that they were raised or how they came up, and that's just how they are. But they saw the weakness in him and took complete advantage.
Completely. And
And
that whole line suffered.
It was sad kind of watching it all take place. I ain't gonna hold you.
In that line was also Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue. Babe got a vendetta against Corbin.
I don't got a vendetta against Corbin Blue. Second of all, babe, don't even act like you know who Corbin Blue is because you know you ain't no Disney kid. And when I said Corbin Blue, he was like, who?
I thought that was his real name.
When y'all see it, y'all gonna know exactly who I'm talking about.
So his name's not Corbin?
His name's not Corbin.
Oh, my bad. I thought his name was Corbin, dude.
So, the game began.
Okay. So, I did prematurely mention dry heaving. 299 was having a hell of a time with that
Once
cookie.
he lost and realized that
He did.
once he realized he couldn't get no help, he realized that he let down his whole entire line. He basically was having an allergic reaction to manning up.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild.
So, then they started, moving through the shapes. We had Circle Gang, you know
Circle
what I'm
Gang
saying?
first they came in. They was throwing them circles up. I was like,
It was
all
heavy.
right, all right. And like I said earlier, it was just a lot of licking. Like the whole first 2 minutes of that whole entire scene, they was just licking, licking. Back, we apologize about that technical
Just a small
difficulties.
one.
It was a small little something, but we're gonna pick up where we started from. So, like we was saying, it was a lot of licking.
A whole lot of
A
licking.
whole lot of licking. Like I know they seen that in the real Squid Game, so that's of course that's gonna be the first thing they're gonna try to do to get their cookie out.
Yeah, but the real Squid Games wasn't so fucking nasty.
It was a lot of spit, but
It was.
it was crazy.
So, when we mean a lot of spit, let's talk about grams. Y'all remember grams? I'll put it right here. Okay. Grams spit in that canister and dropped the cookie in it. So when she went to lift that,
It was
what'd you see?
marinated.
Marinated. That sounds so gross.
Oh my
All
gosh!
right, mama's boy.
If you
Get it
was,
together.
if you right, if you were eating something, I advise you not to. If you're gonna watch that episode, because it was a whole hot
Especially if
mess.
it somewhat resembles the consistency of saliva.
I hate it. There was also the poor Circle Gang. There was this one girl who cookie broke, and she looked at her friend and was just like, "I'm going down." And the friend looked back at her like, "What are you saying to me?"
And then,
She got, and that friend was like, "Ah."
which brings me to my next point. So,
Okay.
it gets on my nerves. They believe in like love at first sight. Like, okay, I'm infatuated with this beautiful woman who I've seen for the first time and I'm in love. Cool. Friendship wise, no. So think about this. Excuse my language. So, like you think about these people, they've been in there for maybe a week. They're talking about, I love you. Keep on going.
They got
You
a
don't love
special
nobody.
friendship. They got a special Squid Game bond
It's like
that
trauma
nobody can
bond.
know. That's
Trauma
really what it
bonding.
is.
That's what it is. But in 2023, we got all these weird phrases like
What
trauma
it is.
bonding and
Trauma
shit.
bonding. Okay, Redhead.
Redhead.
He was in the Circle Gang and he was so nervous. He didn't know if he was going to get through or not. He was shaking so bad.
Poor guy. Look, Optic Scumpy, man. All my gamers out there know who Scumpy is.
You know who
He looked
Scumpy
just
is.
like him. He looked like Scumpy. I was hyped for my guy, even though his little... I felt bad for him.
Yeah, he got it out though.
He
And
did.
He was the final player in the Circle Gang to get through. So they ended up going back to the dorms.
Yes.
And everybody was praising 452 because, of course, he's the one who got them to circle
Exactly.
and was able to get that easy shape to
Booyah.
win. So who's up next? Triangle Gang.
Triangle
Which
gang.
would have been our gang.
You know what I'm saying? Triangle gang, baby.
I wouldn't have threw up the triangle though. But
She chose violence.
the Triangle Gang said that the cookies tasted really good, which got me kind of excited because I like cookies and I want to taste the cookie.
Them cookies look mid to me.
I just want
ain't
to
finna hold you.
experience it to see what
I
it's
ain't
like.
gonna hold you.
But okay, of course, our good old friend 432 with his cocky self.
Man, leave my boy alone, man.
He got the triangle, so I can't even be mad at him for like doing what he had to do to finesse to get that triangle because he did it. And
Right, because when you think about Squid Games, it's an all for one. The goal is for every single person to be eliminated so your pot of money can reach the maximum and you win it. Why would I worry about saving anybody?
yeah, one of 432's friends did get eliminated, but the Triangle Gang, they didn't really show too much of them.
Yeah, they really did. Probably because it's the easiest one.
They showed that 432 got through, and they went back into the dorm. And then
Remember when they tried to do... Wasn't it him that they did that fake out where it was like showed him doing it and then it was like flashed to a broken cookie? And he was like, oh, but it was a guy next to him.
it was him.
Thought so.
When they got back into the dorms, everyone was kind of doing the same thing they did with the Circle Gang, praising 432 for getting the triangles. And there was a couple of characters. It was Jada and a new character, Shani
That Jada.
on the side. And they was just talking about how 432 is the loudest person and how he always got to be seen and be in the center of attention and all that stuff like that, which I completely agree. And I don't think that will work for him in the end. Like, you got to calm that down. You got to have some type of humility. And he's just like, yeah, triangles because of me. Y'all got through because of me.
Okay, and here's my philosophy. Like, yes, you do have to have some kind of humility, but You are allowed to celebrate your greatness, and my dude doing his thing.
Humbly.
I'm a humble guy.
Like the old folks say, humble.
Umba, umba, and listen,
Humbly.
he could work on it a little bit, but I don't think he's as bad as everyone makes him out to be.
We'll see.
We'll see.
The cookie up next was the star.
The star actually is, to me, seemed like a little bit easier than the circle. Because when you think about it, it's small,
It's the
straight lines.
lines.
But you do have to be careful with the pressure that you put on there.
Because
So
if
I
you
agree.
got one line good and another line and you think you about to pick up the star, it's going to
No,
break.
you're not.
Which kind of happened to our friend Shady Haley.
Shady Haley. Now listen, that's not her name. I don't remember
It's
her name.
not.
Okay, but if you know who Shady Haley is. Okay, we watch Netflix shows, baby.
Okay,
We watch
karma is real, and our good number 134 got eliminated. Her tip of her star cracked up, and she said it herself. She was like, "I knew it. I took somebody out, and like I knew my karma was coming back, which it came strong and with full force."
And I mean, in a situation like that, you can't even feel bad for him. Like I did not feel bad at all. You deserved it.
Also in the star group was Jock Mullet.
Jock Mullet, man, of course. Well, I guess it would be too premature to say the last one standing, but that could segue into the next, guy we're talking about.
So stars finished.
Stars finished.
A lot more people got eliminated from the stars in the circles and the triangles combined. But then they went into the umbrella group.
The umbrella group, of course, is like it's like Death Valley, the mammoth graveyard.
And the computer
lab, Mullet Man
was in that line.
Let me tell you the sheer joy that I felt when his cookie cracked, when his cookie crumbled.
Babe, you told him.
What?
His cookie didn't crack. His cookie did crack.
It did. It crumbled. And the sick look on his face is the same look I remember on my boy 200's face. Okay?
Oh, whenever he got eliminated.
Back to the computer lab.
So that was just his luck, Mr. 101. Just like Shady Haley, you shoot somebody away, and now you're getting shot.
They were two partners, and they got eliminated in the same game. And they deserved it.
Who else in that line? Of course, my friend Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue.
And
she got a crush on Corbin.
And back in the day, y'all know that was our Disney Channel crush. So stop playing.
I'm a Nickelodeon kid and Toonami gang. Who watched Disney? Kim Possible.
Hello.
A mole rat? Anyway, look, we're not going there. That's for another episode.
We need to have another episode. Who else in that line? Of course, our good old mama boy, because he chose the umbrella. He was having his allergic reaction and his dry heaving.
As we talked about previously.
He practically almost... It was sickening to watch him.
I believe he tremored his way into, losing. Because he was like so shaky. And there was a few others that were shaky, but he had the umbrella.
He was and it kind of made me mad because if he would have calmed down, he would have probably made it through, because he made it all the way through his umbrella besides the last little piece and decided to put it in his hand and try to do it in his hand. Why?
You can never truly understand because you're not in their shoes and you're not under that pressure. But I've been under pressure before. I'm going to sweat. My stomach going to be turning, but I'm not going to just make stupid, silly mistakes. I've never been that kind of guy.
Like, that's stupid. So he can go throw up somewhere else.
Goodbye.
And if he would have stayed, he would have been hated anyway.
Well,
everyone
at least by that.
Everyone would have hated him. So.
But then most of them got eliminated, so I guess.
My good friend, I nearly got it out. My UK friend, she got eliminated. She said, I nearly got it out.
We are too petty, babe.
Oh, poor baby.
I've nearly got it. It reminds me on Harry Potter. Nearly headless. How can you be nearly headless?
So, Corbin Blue made it out. And the last girl, 319, she was down to the wire. She's like, how much time I got left?
Oh, yo.
How much time I got left? But she got it out, and I ain't mad at her at all.
Pardon me. She was smart, though. So she had a little bit of time. This is one thing I noticed about her. She had a little bit of time left, right? Mm-hmm. And so she got it and knew she got it and called him over instead of trying to pull the outline out, and then calling them over and losing her
That
time and
time.
maybe dying. She played the system.
She did it really well, and I'm proud of you,
She gonna win.
319. So that was the end. The time was up for the Umbrella Gang. All the people who didn't get their cookies out in time, they of course got unalived. And Netflix, Squid Games, I love y'all music selection. During that casualty scene where everybody was going back to back to back, keep playing with me, y'all. Keep playing with me. I love the music of all the deaths, if that's even a sentence to say.
It's pretty morbid, but I guess it
I like
works.
that. I like it. So just like that, there's only one mullet guy left. So of course the umbrella come into the dorm room, and that's when mullet guy realizes I'm the last.
He
mullet
is the
standing.
last mullet standing. Thank God.
The son started talking about how if he got to eliminate somebody, it's gonna be 4-3-2. So it made me realize like a lot of people got beef with 4-3-2
For no reason.
because of his actions. It's because of his actions.
Do you ever feel though that he just came in there confident and people started pinning a certain thing on him, and then he was like, "All right, well, I'm push back a little bit."
No, because of what happened next. What happened
Okay, what happened next?
with 4-3-2 and 198? What happened? What happened?
198 is
Frat boy. Okay, frat boy.
right.
Bickering back and forth in the dorm. You are being shout. Okay, you trying to defend them? Go ahead.
No. Okay. But if I got somebody, first off, I'm in a fraternity, and so when somebody's trying to say frat boy as like an insult, there's so much more to being in a frat, especially specific types of frats. And so with this particular insult, we know exactly what he meant. He's basically trying to say that this is some uppity little preppy dude who go to Clemson and probably, cha dude, my favorite saying, babe. And that's just not the case, bro. And I ain't gonna let nobody talk to me.
He said, if you call me frat boy one more time, I'm gonna get you outside of here.
He basically said, I'm gonna snap you in half.
And he said,
right? And guess what happened?
Okay, frat boy. And said it again.
Right. And guess what he did right after that?
Scuffled away.
Bro, I hate people like that, man. We're not going to give him too much shine because he's got a little bit more of this last bit of the episode together.
Funny.
All right.
So they went to go get some food, and then the results came back of the second game, and now they were down to 119 people.
119, man. That umbrella took out quite a few.
Lot of people.
There was not many people who passed it.
Okay, so when they made the announcements, people had mixed feelings. Some people were happy and clapping. Other people's was like, I'm not about to clap. Like, those are our friends being eliminated. I know
Once again,
Grams had a heart, and she was just like,
Fun story. I watched our first episode with my grandmother, and she saw it and laughed because she knows that they got the same haircut. Okay? Just had to throw that.
Shout out to you, Grams.
Shout out to Grams.
The real Grams.
The real Grams is dope, man, and the fake Grams is dope too.
So after they figured out who was all eliminated, Mullet Guy began to understand that he was truly, truly by himself. So he ended up befriending the Creeper guy and some other fellows who were just kind of by themselves, and they became the Gangbu Gang. And Gangbu Gang came together. They were literally a good balance of people, from the youth to the old, to the black, to the white, to the Mexican, to the Japanese.
They had a little bit of everything.
They had everybody. And it was, like I said, just a good balanced group.
Yeah. And it was funny because you could tell, like, he realized that a couple people didn't come back that he thought were coming back. And he immediately was like, hey, you won't be friends?
Grams was also like that too. She had a couple little girlfriends and was just like, we know tug of war is up next. So we got to get this together. So she was being strategic or whatever.
Tug of war is up next.
What did Squid Gang do next, baby?
Oh my goodness. Well, they bring in another surprise. All right. So remember last time we talked about kerfuffles in the dorm room. It was carrot-cutting, shady people eliminating 200. Well, the Squid Games people decided to come in and drop off a random phone.
randomly.
Phones don't sit right with me. I mean, I'm OG. I come from like the Matrix. Remember the Matrix? They was talking on the phone and get sucked into the phone or all this crap. If it's a random phone, I ain't touching it. But somebody wanted to touch it. Who?
Mr. 198. Okay. The same dude who just got in a scuffle with 432. So he was like, you know what? I need to get my revenge on 432. Something's got to be about this phone. So he just hung around the phone and was basically waiting for it to do something.
Literally mumbling to himself, I want to eliminate 432. I want to eliminate 432. And it was starting to drive me nuts, bro. Like, it was kind of creepy.
I personally wouldn't have done nothing with the phone because I think I would have thought that it would have been an elimination.
Me personally,
so I wouldn't have touched it. I wouldn't have called it. I wouldn't have done anything because I wouldn't want to be up for elimination because that's literally what I thought it was gonna happen.
Right. Or my fear is it would put me in an awkward situation
in the game, and if I don't got to, why would I put myself in there? It's
and
all these other people in this room. Somebody else can do that.
I'm never the first to investigate a fishy activity, and will never be the first. So, answer away, my man.
So then the phone didn't do nothing. And so they just kept kind of talking and communicating. So Grams kind of actually started being strategic. He went over there. She went over there and started talking to 432. It was just basically trying to be like motherly. We find out that 432 comes from a single mother home. So he's like loving the vibes that they're giving because Grams is being very understanding to 432 and is like, so maybe you're not obnoxious. Maybe you're not just out of the ordinary and unorthodox. He was like, no, that's truly like who I am. And I'm mad that people are talking about me or saying that I'm fake when this is truly me.
Right. And here's my thing is Grams decided not to judge a book by its cover. Like my dude, he at that point, I wasn't like on his team until that moment, for sure. But like it kind of humbled me a little bit. I was like, okay, man.
I was not a fan at all. I felt like he did too much. But then when Gramps was like, so you're not abrasive.
Okay, so peep this though. You play football for a big school like Clemson and you drop out your last semester of college to go for this. You think you're not about to come in here and like put in the best work that you can?
Nah. Something. Nah, I ain't mad at him. So I appreciate Graham's play, her gameplay during that time.
I feel like it was strategic, but came off later on motherly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like then they kind of glanced over to the Gangu gang and they were doing these breathing exercises that Dr. V was teaching them. 3:30, he was...
I did that when we watched it and I was like sore the next day.
So those breathing techniques kind of work.
Okay, so next point. This is when the phone rings. Okay?
Finally.
Now this is, you gotta think, man, this is Squid Games, bro. Some of these people not thinking, especially 198, right? Mm-hmm. So he answers the phone. First one, I want to eliminate 432. I want to eliminate 432. Just chanting to himself, right? Gets on there, he gets a cheeseburger. I'm not even gonna like build up to it. He gets two cheeseburgers. Okay, and some fries. Now when you eating dry stuff out of tins, that bicep man probably stole yours. You're hungry, right? And so they bring out these two like Whopper-sized cheeseburgers, right? And then in comes the scavengers.
They took everything off that man's plate. Jada took a whole burger and was just like...
Now, Hungry Jada is what I have deemed her from here on out. Okay? She took an entire burger. I'm not gonna lie. I'd have got kicked out. I'm fighting you over that burger.
It's so funny though, but you can hear. Well, I went back and watched it, and Jada literally was like, "Can I have some fries?" She asked, and then when she saw everybody start grabbing, she was just like, "Oh, we ain't gotta ask no more." Then I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all, Jada. Get that thing. So the scavengers came.
I'm only not mad at you because it was stolen from the shiestiest person in the game right now.
So 198 was a little upset because he's like, "Dang. Yes, food is cool, but that's not what I wanted. Right. I wanted to eliminate somebody."
So yes, basically like we were saying, the phone ringing, the burger is cool, but that's not what my man's wanted, right? So the whole time he was wanting to what? Say it with me. Eliminate 432. Right, exactly.
And 432 peeped on it too. He was like, he keeps standing around.
Did you see? I remember he was kind of in this lounging position, and he was just like
around his phone. What is he doing?
And then right after the scuffle. You know what I'm saying? It was just so obvious, man. But
The phone rings again. Ring, 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 ring. So one night eight thinks, oh, I'm going to get another burger. He picks it up again. Everyone in the dorm is like, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have picked it up again. Like, what? Like what
come on, bro. They just baited you. Jabait.
Jabate. And guess what the Squid Games rules told him?
So the instructions were that you have 2 and only 2 minutes to convince somebody else to pick up that phone so they will be eliminated instead of you. Now, do you think a lot of people believe him? Do you think he's a trustworthy person? I don't.
His body language gave him away. He started sipping that water. His eyes got big. People started walking away from him. It wasn't good at all for him.
Yeah, no, he looked like he was scared out of his mind, and it just gave away, you know what I mean? So I don't think, me personally, the next episode is going in his favor. But
I don't think so either. All I know is I wouldn't have done that in the first place. As soon as I heard a little bit of instructions about handing the phone off to somebody, I wouldn't even listen to the rest of it because it was like, do not hang up. I wouldn't have listened.
It would have been fight or flight, man. That's what they talk about, that fight or flight, man.
And that ended up being the end of episode 2.
Yes.
It ended right on that cliffhanger.
Thanks again for the cliffhanger,
I
Squid.
don't know what's going to happen next. I hope 198 gets eliminated because you've been shiesty.
Yeah, you deserve it. And to be truthfully honest, I'm really impressed with this Squid Games, man. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. We're excited to see what keeps on happening.
Thank you for all the love on our first video.
Most definitely.
Make sure you continue that love train and like, comment, and subscribe for this episode, this amazing series that we have started up.
Absolutely. And of course, there's more series that we are looking into, man. We watch a lot of stuff. We'll be bringing you a lot of content like this, you guys. Yes. I hope you're enjoying it.
So we hope you enjoy. Continue to come back to us. And we will be back to see you guys next time.
Let's go, baby.
Happy holidays.